My Suburban only has a 4-pin trailer connector, but I need it to be a 7-pin trailer connector, so today I'm gonna fix that. This is what you'll need to get the job done. Some wire loom, your trailer brake controller, self-tapping screws and electrical connectors, your new 7-pin connector, 30 and 40 amp circuit breakers, a drill, some rubber grommets, and some electrical tape. I started by putting my wire into the protective loom. The 7-pin connector is going to add 3 extra wires to the connection, so I need to run some wire from the back of the vehicle to the engine bay. I ran the new cable along the existing cable and zip tied it in place so it was secure. I pulled the cable up into the engine bay, but I still need to get the wire for the reverse lights. To do that, I found one of the reverse wires going to the tail light and I spliced into it to pull the signal for the connector. Next, I removed the old hardware and was able to use one of the existing holes for the new mount. On the other side, I used a self-tapping bolt to drill a new hole and secure the mount in place. Next, I connected all the wires on the harness to the corresponding wires on the Suburban. This diagram shows how it should be connected, but you should definitely use a meter to test and make sure you're connecting all the right wires in the first place. Once everything was connected, I wrapped it in electrical tape to help protect it and help keep the elements out. To finish everything up in the back, I connected and installed the wiring plug, but I still had to connect the wires in the engine bay. I separated the cable and ran the red wire over to the battery, and then added a second red wire to power the trailer brake controller. And I taped the wires together to help keep them organized. I added a 40 amp breaker to the trailer power line and a 30 amp breaker to the trailer brake controller line. This helps to protect the wires from over amperage. Next, I drilled a hole so the brake wire and the power wire could get into the cab and added a rubber grommet to protect the wires from sharp edges. I pulled the wire through the hole and wrapped all the new wire in protective loom. To finish up the job, I just needed to connect the trailer brake controller. But to do that, I had to find and splice into the brake lights wire. On this 96 Suburban, it's a white wire under the dash. Next, I cut off the extra length from the 2 extra wires I added to the cab and connected the 4 wires for the trailer brake controller. This is the wiring diagram for my trailer brake controller, but check your installation instructions to see how yours should be installed. I mounted the brake controller up under the dash, which is one thing that I like about the REDARC trailer brake controller. The only part of it that you see is the button that you use to control it. The last step was to remove the part of the dash where I wanted to install the button, drill a hole in it, and mount the button in it. It's super easy to install, and I think it looks better than the clunky traditional ones. I ran the wire from the button to the controller, reinstalled the piece into the dash, and the job was finally done. I'm super happy with how it turned out, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.